10,000 years ago, if you walked into the woods and came face to face with a wild boar, your survival options were limited. You were looking at an aggressive 300-pound tank of muscle and coarse fur. These animals evolved specifically for combat. They possess curved tusks for goring and a reinforced shoulder plate, a literal shield of thickened skin designed to absorb damage during a fight. Today, there are 1 billion pigs on Earth, and almost all of them look like this: a pink, hairless, docile animal found on every continent except Antarctica. This physical overhaul was so extreme that it resulted in a biology now compatible enough for surgeons to transplant pig hearts into human bodies. No human planned this change. Instead, it was a byproduct of the first Neolithic farming settlements. As people stopped moving and began building permanent homes in China and the Middle East, they created something new: concentrated waste management. A farming village, with its food scraps, grain stores, and slaughter areas, was a free buffet sitting in the middle of a forest. The wild boars simply found it. When boars began hanging around these settlements, the environment acted as a filter. The aggressive ones were speared to protect the village, while the skittish ones stayed too far away to reach the food. This chart shows how the population shifted. The opportunists in the middle, the ones calm enough to stay near humans without attacking, ate well and survived to pass on their temperament. To prove this happened, a 2025 study from Dartmouth researchers looked inside the dental plaque of 8,000-year-old pig teeth found along the Yangtze River. Analysis of those teeth revealed cooked rice, yams, and wild grasses. Because pigs cannot cook or farm, this diet confirms they were sustaining themselves on human-cultivated crops and kitchen scraps. The researchers also found eggs of the human whipworm, Trichoris. This is a parasite that can only mature inside a human digestive system. These parasites prove that the boars were eating human feces. 8,000 years ago, these animals were living so close to our ancestors that they were essentially serving as the village sanitation system. This was a public health utility. Humans gained efficient waste disposal and a self-feeding protein source, while pigs gained a steady supply of calories that significantly reduced their risk of starvation. As humans began managing these herds rather than just tolerating them, the relationship shifted from a transaction of waste for meat into something with emotional weight. Evidence of this shift appears at the Jinglonghua site in China, where archaeologists found pig remains placed inside human burials. These animals were buried in the same manner as companion dogs, placed carefully in the ground alongside the dead. This indicates that by 8,000 years ago, the animal that began as a scavenger at the edge of camp had become a companion the living felt was necessary to take into the afterlife. Over 10,000 years, the wild boar underwent an equivalent exchange. It traded its armor and its survival instincts for the security of human management. The lean boar was replaced by a body engineered for rapid weight gain, losing its fur, tusks, and long legs. This growth has a hidden cost. Domestic pigs possess cardiovascular systems that struggle to support their mass, unlike the robust heart of the wild boar. Despite these physical changes, the pig's brain remains highly evolved. They retain the problem-solving intelligence and curiosity their ancestors used to survive in the wild. You can still see this ancient problem-solving intelligence today, in a modern domestic pig obsessively rooting its snout against a cold, flat concrete floor. It is a wild mind executing survival programming in an environment that no longer requires it. This 10,000-year accident, moving from a predator eating our waste to a biological resource providing our transplants, shows how a single decision to settle down and make a mess changed the biology of 2 different species forever.